Hey guys, I wanted to do a quick update while I'm on a break. So, I've talked about this before, but I want to go over it again in the context of Dr. Joe teachings and things like that. So, Dr. Joe talks about this in the book Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, which he put out a long time ago, and I read maybe like 10 years ago, and the process totally works. So, basically, it's when you're looping in a trauma pattern, when you get triggered by a trauma, that trauma is the end result of having an experience that had a high emotional value for you, whether negative or positive. Trauma is negative. Positive emotions that have a strong emotional value and an experience attached also store into the body in a significant way, and get triggered as well. But trauma triggers are always the things that we're trying to break free from and to pull out of, and it's the thing that really gets in the way of us embodying a new way of being so that we can be somebody new and create from that new vibrational frequency what it is that we want to experience in the world. So what happens is that high emotional trigger creates kind of a system within the mind to say, hey, watch out for this experience. If this happens again, you need to survive this. It's a survival response. And so we become highly alert to those experiences happening again. So something that Kent Peterson talks about a lot, which is the reticular activating system, the RAS. It's basically the perceptive filtering mechanism that we use to determine which information we pull in from all of the, how many millions of bits, more than millions, who knows how many bits of information are coming at us. I suppose an infinite number of pieces of information are coming at us in different ways, in different forms, and we have to decide what we want to take in. Just very simple example, your clothes on your skin. You only feel them when you first put them on in the morning, and then as you go through the day, your mind actually filters those out. So when we see any kind of experience that mirrors something similar to the trauma that we experienced in the past, our body goes into high alert and we go into protection mode. This is called a trauma response, right? So over time, the trauma response occurs automatically. There's no thought involved, it's just the body. So the body's been conditioned to respond in a way to protect us. In order to create, in order to manifest, in order to have what you want in life, including the experience of being happy and being at peace and feeling whole and feeling healthy and vital and alive, you need to know how to move through these trauma triggers in an effective way. So one way to do that, there's a couple of different ways, but the way that Dr. Joe talks about is getting into the autonomic nervous system. So autonomic, you can kind of equate that to automatic. It controls all the automatic functioning in the body, including emotions, including emotional states, embodiments, triggers, things that we don't think about, things that just happen to us. So in order to get into the autonomic nervous system to reprogram, it's like the operating system, right? You're getting into the operating system and rewiring the operating system. You need to move from a beta brainwave state, which is a state of focused attention and awareness. I'm in beta right now. A lot of people are in high beta, meaning their mind is all over the place. They're focusing on all different things. Oh, I got to call this person. Oh, this text is coming in. Oh, this. Oh, that. Oh, the other thing. It feels like anxious. It feels separate. You feel very disconnected. You feel like you're always needing something. So, people who are like always craving a relationship, or like they need to have a relationship in order to feel happy, that's what's happening in their system. They're mostly in that, fight or flight, high beta response. And so they're wanting to soothe that. The relationship is definitely not the way to soothe it. Because if you get into a relationship from that state, you just continue to have that experience, only now you're having it in the relationship. Not cool, right? So when you move into an alpha state, so an alpha state is a meditative state, it's a conscious state, but it can also move into the subconscious. So when you start meditating, most of the time you're in beta still. You're thinking about what do you have to do, like the things you have to take care of, your chores, what happened in the past, that person that cut you off in traffic, all the things that you need to fix about yourself and your life. But over time, as you practice, you're able to move into alpha. Alpha is a receptive state. It's a focused state. But it goes from a focused state into sort of an unfocused place. And then you start to move into a theta state where you're essentially dreaming, you're receiving images from the subconscious mind, and you're experiencing emotions. In between alpha and theta, there is a gateway, an opening, a place where you can make changes. So if you put a small, gentle amount of focus in that space into what it is that you want to create, and you can see the images of that unfolding, and you can feel the feelings of that. So you're not really trying to create it. This is the key I've noticed with this. It's not like you're trying to create something. When you're in that state, you're not trying, you are creating it. You feel as if it's real. There's no resistance, because trying creates resistance. This idea of trying, I have to try. You just creating it from that state because you're so clear and so present. You're not having thoughts that normally come from the beta brainwave state, analytical thoughts such as, this isn't going to happen, I'm not going to be able to do this. Why try? Why bother? Last time you did this, you got hurt, or it's just going to be frustrating. So that's part of what we're uncovering these last couple days. And oh my gosh, I've heard such amazing stories from people here. So many miracles. Already a woman received $9 million for whatever it was she was working on, whatever project she was working on. I met a man who, during a walking meditation, had braces on his legs so big that people thought he had prosthetic legs. Heal himself in the walking meditation completely. Never came back. Just so many amazing stories of also instant manifestations, things falling out of the sky, things getting created out of nowhere. I had a money creation already. Thousands of dollars came in. I woke up and I was like, oh, awesome. That's great. But I think the biggest thing that I'm really feeling here is this change in my state of being. A new sense of focused awareness without trying. And I think that's the biggest thing that I'm getting this time from being here the third time. There's a lot of trying when I was here the first couple times, and there's just this ease and this grace this time, and it just feels so wonderful. So that's my update for today. I was kind of thinking about doing maybe like a Q&A or something if you guys are interested. So let me know if that's something that interests you guys. Sending you all blessings and love. Hope everything is going really well in your world. Bye-bye.